Yo guys, welcome to the rarest emotes in Fortnite. If you do enjoy, make sure to drop a like on this video and subscribe if you're new. Also, if you want to flex in the comments, go ahead and let us know which ones you have or which ones you'd want to come back. But let's get into it. Starting it off with Fresh, an 800 V-Buck emote that was last seen over 950 days ago. This is believed to not return because of the copyright issue they had with it, but it is a very iconic emote which may never come back. So if you have this, you're pretty lucky. Moving on to the next emote, we have Rambunctious, which is actually more rare than Fresh. This was last seen over 960 days ago. As well as that, it only came to the shop 7 times. So a very rare emote, but again, I think this one had a copyright issue because it's from the same program as the Fresh emote. So again, this one may never come back. The next dance we have is Lavish. This was last seen over 700 days ago, but as well as that, it only came to the shop twice, so a very rare emote, and I think the second time it released, it was only in the shop for 12 hours due to the item shop resetting early. So in total, I believe this emote has only been in the shop for 36 hours, making it the rarest item shop emote in the game. And actually, this is one of my favorite emotes, so I hope it comes back. Next up, we have Accolades, another 500 V-Buck one, which was last seen over 670 days ago. Also, this only came to the shop 3 times, so there wasn't many opportunities to buy this. I don't know about you guys, but I just never see this emote, and I only know 2 people that have it. Very uncommon. Now we have one of my favorite emotes again, the Drum Major. Again, this was 500 V-Bucks and it was last seen over 460 days ago. As well as that, it's only ever been in the shop 8 times. So another rare emote which I do see now and again, but not very much at all. Now we have Sugar Rush, an emote that has recently started to get very popular. A very clean emote, the music is pretty satisfying, and this was only in the shop twice. As well as that, it was last seen over 530 days ago, so very uncommon and only 2 chances to buy this emote. The next emote we have is Spyglass, another 500 V-Buck one that was last seen over 570 days ago. As well as that, this was only in the shop 3 times, so hardly any chances to buy it. It's a pretty simple emote, there's no music to it, so maybe a lot of people didn't buy it, and I never see this one. So moving on, we have Very Sneaky, and this has to be one of the most underrated emotes in the game. It's so unique, the music matches the dance perfectly, and this was last seen over 640 days ago. As well as that, it only came to the shop twice, so again, hardly any chances to buy it, a very rare emote. Next up, we got Where Is Matt, another traversal 500 V-Buck one, which was last seen over 670 days ago. Again, this only came to the shop twice, which is why it's so rare because there wasn't many chances to buy it. This emote is a straight 10 out of 10, it's just fire. Next up, we got Pick It Up, and I feel like a lot of people forgot about this emote. No one really speaks about it or knows about it. It only came to the shop 3 times and was last seen over 570 days ago. So again, a very rare emote which is actually really clean. Now we have Glyphic, another 500 V-Buck dance that was last seen over 500 days ago. This only came to the shop 3 times and is pretty uncommon. Honestly, a very good emote though, I do like this one a lot. There's actually so many nice rare emotes, I don't get why Fortnite just don't bring them back. But anyway, we have the Breezy emote that was last seen over 750 days ago. This is actually a 200 V-Buck emote, and I do know a lot of people with it, probably because people bought it with their leftover V-Bucks. It came to the shop 4 times, however, it's still a very rare emote. Now we have Mime Time, a very unique emote that was last seen over 640 days ago. This only came to the shop 4 times, and I hardly ever see this emote, to be honest. I only know like 1 or 2 people with it, and it's very uncommon. Now we have Dance Off, a Marvel emote that was last seen over 780 days ago. This only came to the shop once, but stayed there for 5 days, so technically it was in the shop 5 times. A very rare emote, and honestly, a very good one as well. I don't know why they haven't brought this back, as well as the Black Widow and the Star-Lord. If anyone knows or has an idea, let me know in the comments, because I actually don't know why. On to another emote, we have Tidy, also known as the Snoop Dogg emote. This was last seen over 930 days ago and is one of the rarest emotes in the game. However, it did come to the shop 13 times, so there was more opportunities to buy it compared to other emotes. And this is obviously clean, it's chill vibes, the music is chill, you just can't go wrong with this. Now we have Raw, last seen over 660 days ago. This came to the shop 7 times, and I feel like it should have came back for the Primal season, because when they released Raptors, this would have been a good dance to go with it, but that's just my opinion. A very rare emote which you hardly ever see. Now we have Sprinkler, another 500 V-Buck dance that was last seen over 500 days ago. It came to the shop 7 times, so it's pretty rare, and this one gives me summer vibes. I actually really like this, and the music is so good as well. I actually think this season would be a good season to bring it back, especially with all the summer stuff going on right now. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. Moving on to the next emote, we have Hootenanny. And now, guys, I actually hate this emote. I think it's terrible. I hate the music. I hate the dance. This is just so bad. If you like this emote, then you do you. But yeah, I just can't stand it. This was last seen over 500 days ago and came to the shop 12 times. I do know quite a few people with it. However, it's still a very rare dance. Next up, we have Lazy Shuffle. I feel like people forgot about this emote. This was last seen over 500 days ago and only came to the shop 8 times. I actually don't mind it. I kind of like the music. It's kind of intense, but it's not too bad. I never really see this emote, and I don't feel like many people got it. Next up, we have Fandangle, another emote which I feel like is pretty underrated. It's kind of funny, and I do like the music. As well as that, it was last seen around 500 days ago and only came to the shop 6 times. So starting to get very rare, and I don't see this one often at all. Next up, we have Switch Step, another pretty clean, chill emote. I like the music for this one. It was last seen 500 days ago. However, it came to the shop 14 times. And I must admit, I do actually see this one quite a lot, and I know a few people with it. I don't think it's one of the rarest, but definitely still rare, as it hasn't came out for 500 days. Now we have Vivacious, an 800 V-Buck emote that was last seen over 580 days ago. This only came to the shop 9 times, and I do actually really like it. The music's clean and the dance is just like crazy. Definitely a good and very unique emote. Now we have Rocket Rodeo, another 800 V-Buck emote that was last seen over 400 days ago. This one came to the shop 17 times. I'm not a fan of this emote at all. It's kind of boring, to be honest. However, it did recently get updated to come back, so maybe we'll see it in the item shop soon. Next up, we have Whirlwind, which I think is actually so nice. This was last seen over 400 days ago and only came to the shop 4 times. I like the music for this one. I like the dance, and this one's just like a 9 out of 10. I really like it. Now we have the Rocket Spinner, which I'm gonna be honest, guys, this is another boring emo. It's just boring. It was last seen around a year ago and only came to the shop 9 times. I don't see it very often, probably because it's a bad emo, so many people didn't buy it. On to one of my favorite emotes in the game, we have Bombastic. This emote was last seen around 500 days ago and only came to the shop 4 times. It's so simple, so smooth. I love the music. I love the dance. This is a 10 out of 10 for sure. Next up, we have Jitterbug, another emote which I don't really like. The music is kind of boring. The dance moves are kind of boring. I know a lot of people like it, but me personally, I'm just not a big fan. However, it was last seen over 640 days ago and only came to the shop twice. So it is a very rare emote that you don't see too often. Next up, we have the Moon Bounce, which was last seen over 500 days ago and only came to the shop 4 times. I literally hardly ever see this emote, and I think I know why. I mean, this was 500 V-Bucks, and in my opinion, this should be a 200 V-Buck emote. Nothing really happens, so maybe that's why people didn't buy it, because I don't know anyone with it. Next up, we have Savor the W. This was last seen 500 days ago, and honestly, this is a good emote. I don't know why they don't bring it back. Obviously, getting the Victory Royale is about getting the W, so this emote should come back a lot more, but I don't know why it doesn't. Very good emote though, and starting to get pretty rare. Next up, we have Kite, which is a summer emote, so it should come out this summer. However, maybe it won't, and it is starting to get very rare. This is a 500 V-Buck emote that was last seen over 430 days ago, but it only came to the shop 3 times. I only know one person with this emote, and I just never see it. Next up, we have Cheer Up, an 800 V-Buck emote that was last seen over 640 days ago. This has only been in the shop 7 times and is a pretty uncommon emote. This one gives me summer vibes, and yeah, I kind of like it. Now we have Around the Clock, which is a Christmas emote. It was last seen 500 days ago and only came to the shop 3 times. So a pretty rare emote. Maybe it'll come out this Christmas though, who knows. I don't know why, but I just find this emote really satisfying. Now we have Flux, which was last seen over 500 days ago. This has only ever been out 5 times, so it's a pretty rare emote. Kinda reminds me of Slytherin, and I don't really see this one too much. Next up we have Chicken, which was last seen over 540 days ago. In my opinion, they should have brought this to the item shop when they released chickens in the game. I think that would have been really cool. But I guess they didn't, which is why this emote is really rare. It only came to the shop 5 times, and who knows when it's going to be out next. There is a lot more rare emotes in the game, so if you want me to do a part 2, make sure you drop a like and tell me in the comments. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.